Today, scientists at NASA are conducting the ultimate science experiment. The Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, will intentionally crash into an asteroid. Here to tell us more about this mission is Nancy Chabot. Am I saying that right?
You are. You got it perfectly. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, she is the DART coordination lead. Welcome to our show, Nancy. So I want to start off with this. If there is an asteroid headed toward the Earth, can we make it miss us?
Well, that's why we're doing this DART mission and doing this first test of planetary deflection, asteroid deflection in space today. This is a really important step because we do think we have the technological capabilities from what's been developed to date, but we haven't done a test like this before in space ever. And
so
it's a challenging
test today.
This is the first test. We're going to target a small asteroid that's never been seen before at high speed when it's 7 million miles away. But this will get us to that future where we can potentially prevent this.
So how are we going to know if this experiment is a success?
Well, the first thing we're going to get is these images that are streamed back to Earth at 1 per second, and they're going to make their way to the Mission Operations Center here at Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab, where I am, and then they're going to be shown live on the NASA broadcast. And they're going to definitively tell the final moments of the DART spacecraft as that asteroid surface gets closer and closer as the spacecraft slams into it at 14,000 miles per hour. Everybody can watch live together the world on NASA's broadcast tonight.
It's just incredible the time we live in to be able to watch all of this and even live. So I want you to help me with perspective now. The satellite is the size of a vending machine. As you mentioned, it's traveling 17,000 miles per hour, 4 miles per second. Now the asteroid, if I understand this right, is the size of a large pyramid. So is this size relationship exactly what we're looking for in this experiment? Would this be the size of an asteroid that would be headed toward Earth if that ever occurs?
Yeah, it's important to state right now that this is just a test. This asteroid is not a threat to the Earth. It's not DART's test won't make it a threat to the Earth. And actually, of the asteroids that we found, none are a threat to the Earth for the foreseeable future. But we actually haven't found all the asteroids. And so something the size of the asteroid that DART is running into, like you said, the size of a Great Pyramid, or pick your favorite sports stadium, actually, it's about that size. This is one that we're concerned about if it hit the Earth. It could cause damage that went for tens of hundreds of miles if this was over a city or small state or country. You can see this would be catastrophic and devastating. So we want to take steps to potentially prevent that. Now, we're crashing such a smaller spacecraft into this larger asteroid because this is all about asteroid deflection, not destruction. This is not the Hollywood blockbusters where you blow it into a bunch of pieces. This is what you would want to do. Just a tiny nudge to this asteroid. And it doesn't do much to the asteroid, but you do this years in advance, 5, 10, 15, 20 years in advance. And then that adds up to a big change in its position with time, and the asteroid and the Earth wouldn't be on a collision course anymore.
And I also think what's really incredible about this mission is there's an Italian satellite that's traveling along with DART, 34 miles away. What is that satellite doing?
So yeah, we're really proud to have LICIACube, contributed by the Italian Space Agency. That stands for the Light Italian CubeSat of Imaging of Asteroids. It was deployed from the DART spacecraft about 2 weeks ago, and it's been operating on its own in space. This is the first of a kind for Italy. It has 2 cameras, and it's going to take some direct images of DART's collision and the aftermath, the rocky material that's thrown up from this energetic collision. It's going to store those data on board, so we won't get them tonight, but we'll look forward to getting that in the days and weeks to come. And then we're actually going to use telescopes here on the Earth to figure out just how much we moved this asteroid. Telescopes on all 7 continents and some in space are all tuning in to see what we can learn from this first planetary defense test.
You were mentioning all of the different asteroids that NASA is currently watching, none headed toward Earth, but why was this particular one chosen?
Yeah, this really is the ideal asteroid target to do this first planetary defense test. And that's because, like the name of the mission says, it's a double asteroid system. There's 2 asteroids there. So there's the larger asteroid named Didymos, and the smaller one is named Dimorphos. And the DART spacecraft will crash into Dimorphos. And we're going to measure asteroid deflection by just changing how the smaller asteroid goes around the larger asteroid slightly. This is a much easier measurement from telescopes on the Earth. And it's also a really safe way to do this first test because you're just changing how one asteroid goes around a much larger one. It doesn't change how the asteroid as a pair goes around the sun in a measurable way. So this asteroid is in the right place at the right time in order to be taking this first test for planetary defense.
Nancy, we really appreciate you spending some time with us explaining this. And of course, DART will hit Dimorphos at 6:14 Central Time. And she was just mentioning you can watch it live. Good luck today, Nancy.